Leo, welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 16th through to the 23rd of January. Welcome back to the Astroflower. I've been away for 3 weeks because I've lost my voice for 2 of them, and I've only just basically got my voice back now since Christmas. So I hope you all had a great new year. Welcome to the Astroflower. So this is going to be obviously a reading for your tarot cards, but also at the end we're going to be doing a reading on your chakras and your aura. So without further ado, let's just get straight in there and let's see what your overall energy is for you, Leo, at the moment. It's like, it's just, it seems like you're strolling like a big cat in the, like a real lion. It's like, it's really nice. It's the overall energy here is really carrying a lot of power by the looks of it. Maybe it has that young side to it of sort of kind of, let's just try this. Let's just, get out there and see how it feels. Feel that sort of vibe coming from off the world around you. Just seeing how it sort of like plays into your sort of, in your sort of way, as it were. Absolutely really nice. So yeah, it could be learning actually. Learning that you can do it, you can hold the space, you can really, really hold that space. Let's just see what's going on with your overall energies here, with your karmic message on your relationship side. There's a lot of, closeness here, sort of, obviously within partners, that'd be like cuddling and stuff like that. But also I think it's closeness within, it's recognizing the people that you appreciate around you. There's a real recognition, and from both sides really. And it's understanding that go between the two that seems to be the main thing. Yeah, it's like you've got this, you've got this air of a it's part of a clan. You're really finding your sort of like tribe, as it were. You're really finding the people that are around you that feel absolutely at one with, that you're really connected, and there's a lot of affection. And this is where you've got to learn to shine. You've got to learn to just be there and saying, yeah, come on then, gives a hug. I haven't seen you for ages, gives a hug. That sort of thing. Get into, being very tactile with other people. Within limits, of course, you know what I mean? Let's just see how the universe, they're showing here like a fort, like it's almost as like your group or your family or your friends or your couple. It's like together you find, you create this security, this inner cell that works really well together. And it's almost like a clan, like, or tribe, or a pride sort of energy really, that's going, and that's what they seem to be asking you to deal with or do. And you get the Three of Pentacles. It's really good work together, because it's not just I love you, you love me sort of scenario looking in someone's eyes. I think this is more of a case of, I recognize you, you're part of my clan, you're part of my my group, you're part of us, the collective, this pride and everything like that. And it's recognizing the good work of the other person within that group as well. And I think this is good time to recognize not only yourself but also the other people that are around you. Let's just see what's going on with the how the guides are trying to influence this karmic message. They're not really doing much more than anything else here. These are the guides on the super subconscious, so we're looking at the sort of coincidences around you, and they're not really influencing it. They're more sort of like protecting it, and it's almost as if like they're like your personal aid that's sort of kind of going, enjoy your moment with your family. So I think more than anything else, I think they're keeping away the distractions from the world that is around you. Yeah, I think it's keeping away that anxious sort of energy, basically, that sometimes we can all feel within our relationships. And I think here they're just sort of, just stopping any sort of coincidences that are going to destroy this moment of being together and of being at one with one another. I think they're working really hard on the unseen and the and the real the undercurrent and the underbelly of the energies, basically. Let's just see what's going on with how the conversation is within you. There's a lot of recognition and respect, not only coming for you, but also for other people that you will find around you. I think you're going to realize that the people that you really respect around you, that are holding you close. So we've got more pages here. There's a lot of realization, I think, for you, Leo, this week. Certainly on the relationship side. You're almost getting a free passage with that Ten of Swords. I really believe this is where the guides, and I don't think the Ten of Swords here are, with you. I don't feel it's that way at all. It's definitely not that sort of energy. But I guess pride, fall goes before, pride goes before a fall. I think that's what they say. But I don't think it's even that. I just think that the guides are really trying to sort of like eliminate any sort of complications within your life, really. Let's just see what's going on the financial sort of side of life. This is your karmic message. Now make it pay. So I haven't been doing any readings for the last 3 weeks, and I can only presume, because I have been quite ill, but I can only presume that from this message that's coming here through is that you've had a good Christmas. You've almost like, you're getting some good results by the looks of things. It could well be on a job offer or your business receipts, the profit and loss on your business and etc. But here it's now sort of kind of going, make it worthwhile, make it worth something. You got the Lovers here, and it is falling in love with what you do, I think. I think that's really important. And I think it's almost knowing that, yeah, you've done it. You've done the work to get there. You should love what you do in order to be there, Let's just see how it goes on, how the universe is trying to influence this karmic message. They're calling you, it's calling you up. It's sort of saying, come and go, don't rest on your laurels, Leo. Basically, don't rest on your laurels. Make sure you see that obvious, evident path within your life. I think that's really important. It's recognizing that you could get distracted and everything like that, and it's the universe is sort of kind of, and this is where they're sort of saying, come on, look, there's another level, come on, Leo, come on, hurry up, here you go. And it's almost as if the universe is looking down, putting out a hand to you and sort of saying, grab hold of this, come on. And pulling you up, and I think this is because you should recognize the pathway for you and don't get distracted with everything, with the world around us, as it were. Let's just see what's going on how the guides are trying to influence your karmic message. There's good solid opportunities through coincidences here and through serendipity. Your guides are really working quite well at the moment in that respect. What they're sitting in the background here, they're certainly not sitting in the background here on your financial side. They're really getting involved. Yeah. Let your love light shine. Let it shine for everyone to see, and let it shine in the enjoyment of what you're doing. Allow this to be, just marry all sides of every aspect of your job and your business. Not only from the physical side of life. This says, well, there was the Eight of Wands, the Star, and you got the Ace of Wands. Was that the Page of Wands? No, Ace of Wands, sorry. Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Hierophant. So there's a real learning curve for you here. And yeah, it's a real learning curve. And there's a definite message for you coming in here of how you sort of pattern it out. Don't be disappointed in yourself. Yeah, there may be aspects that you could have maybe done better, but then I think that's everybody and every situation. Perfection doesn't really exist. It only exists in the first inhalation and the last exhalation, basically. So, I would, believe in yourself there, Leo. I'd really believe in yourself. Let's just see what's going on the conversation within you. it's recognizing your worth here. I think your guides are really sort of like reminding you that, yeah, you've done the work. And if you've been working hard at something, if you've been trying to get a job and you get that job, you should know it and you should feel proud of yourself, and you should be, you know, allow that pride to sort of be there, you know, obviously not being sort of arrogant. That's not what I mean, but at all. It's more a case of knowing, yeah, I've done good work there. And this is how the guides are trying to influence you in this respect. They're sort of saying, you know, if you look down your past, look where you're going, it's absolutely brilliant. I think igniting your passion and your heart into all of these sort of things is going to work really well for you. But I think this conversation, I would encourage it within you. You know, this mental conversation that you'll be having with yourself. Let's just see what the future holds for you. There's a staircase. This is like the Hierophant here. The real learning process, almost where you put yourself in a position of like a teacher in a way, where you're helping to explain or help other people to develop. That was the moon that jumped out there. So it might you might not quite see it actually, but it certainly feels like that there's gonna be inklings, basically ideas of, oh, actually I could be an instructor in scuba diving, because you know, whatever you've been doing, scuba diving or whatever it is, or you know, but it's certainly coming to the head where you're sort of really you're really sort of like in tune with your vibrations, and you're going to be sending it out, I think, over the next sort of 2 weeks. That pride in what you've done, I think you're going to recognize by the end of the week, and it's going to flow into the next few weeks where you're on the ball, and people are going to recognize you from that. And that's what that 6 of Wands comes out about here as well. Just make sure you learn the whole process going through. I think that's really important, with that Page of Wands in the center, being a little bit childlike, but you know, you're getting it all right and everything like that, but just don't lose yourself in the whole sort of thing. And then you've got the understanding and the brightness of ideas that comes through from the Page of Swords there on your relationship side. So yeah, it's a very good productive week, and certainly you feel very empowered. I'm surprised it's not really the Emperor. It's a different sort of, it's pride more in yourself than a conquering thing, you know. So you know, let's have a look at, see what's let's bring up the chakra man, and let's see what's going on with your chakras and your aura. Thank you very much for those cards. And let's see what's been going on there, because the sun's been, let's just bring up the chakra man. There we go. We got his legs there. So there we got, so there's his root, double root, and then you've got the sacrum, followed by the solar plexus, and there's the heart, third eye, and throat, and then you've got the crown there. Okay, so let's just see what's going on here. Everyone's getting this a bit. I think the root chakra, because we're getting less corona holes in the sun, which is earth energy, so you get a little bit less on the root chakra, certainly a lot more on the administration side, sort of finding one's place. This seems to be, it could be just a thing for the fixed signs, but it's certainly a thing at the moment where it's reassessing ourselves within the group. This could well be a leftover from Christmas, a little bit like leftover turkey. How are you going to do that extra meal for that extra turkey, you know? And it's just finding your sort of place. But your right hand one is much looser. It's much more retracted. So there is a lot more movement on that sort of side, and I think that's to do with fun and play. So that plays into that Page of Wands and stuff like that. Let's just see what's going on the sacrum. Well, the sacrum seems to be nicely balanced. So there is this definite balance between work and play at the moment. You seem to be a little bit more focused on the work, a little bit, not too much though. But I still think this is a moment of pride and joy of what you've done. Let's just see how the solar plexus, let's see what's going on there. solar plexus is lovely. It's very warm. It goes very large. So it's all, this is this whole family thing coming into it. It's like you're opening your arms really wide. Your chakra, you know, your solar plexus chakra is just that warming chakra that just welcomes. It is the connection between sort of parent and child, through that, or rather child to parent rather than parent to child. But so you get this warm sort of family feel, which we could see in your sort of reading in your tarot cards as well, and that's really nice. It's really lovely and warm, actually. It's a beautiful golden color as well. Let's just see on the heart chakra. Heart chakra's quite full. It does need to be pushed a little bit. It's not closed at all, but it is. There's a certain reticent. I think it's more of a case of where you may sort of get that sensation, you just kind of pinch myself because I can't believe it's real sort of scenario, and you don't want to release your heart until you realize and have that security and it feeling real, as it were. So I think you should follow that Ace of Cups that was that came out on the financial sort of side. It's much more sort of social sort of side than anything else, and allow your heart to be a little bit more sort of dominating. Let's see what's going on to the third eye and the throat chakra. So there's more mental activity going on than so there's organization as well, because your third eye is slightly, it is bigger than, it's longer than your throat chakra. The throat chakra and the third eye are actually the same chakra. It's just folded in half, as it were. But so, and you put more emphasis on the third eye than the back end of as the throat would be. And here is a case of, okay, so that is the normal case. So normally your third eye and your throat chakra will be, as I'll show you here, your third eye is going to be slightly longer than your throat chakra. That's the normal sort of thing. It plays like a trombone. So if you push on one, the other one's going to diminish. That's how it goes, sort of scenario. And your throat chakra, your third eye chakra is slightly more than a normal. So there is a little bit of calculation that's going on and everything like that. Let's just see what's going on in your crown chakra. It's very wide at the moment. It's almost like very wide indeed. I think this is the learning process as well. I think because this is where we find our conscious labyrinth, which gives us our slack in the system. It's like an 8th chakra, which we find inside the crown chakra, but I go into that on my workshops and stuff like that. But you know, this chakra here is almost as if like this part of your consciousness within your crown chakra is expanding at the moment. And I think this has got to do with the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords. I think was it the Page? Yeah, Page of Swords. I think this is probing things, and this ideas. This is why the third eye is slightly bigger than the other thing. I don't think there's anything really to change here. The only thing I would suggest, just in case, is so you don't get lost, just have a nice meditation to keep you grounded within your earth chakra, your root chakra, so then you can feel it. You can bring all your energies back down into your body so you can feel those emotions, connect with that heart a little bit more, and allow that heart to open up a little bit more. Well, not necessarily open up, but stretch a little bit further, get a little bit more defined and a little bit finer in its shape. And I think that's so. And a regular meditation on the day is literally just bringing that energy slowly down, so then you can start feeling a lot more within your body. Okay, meditation's fantastic. Meditation with energy is great. I do love it. So I think that's more than anything on that sort of side as well. Now this could tie into the 6 of Cups here, which we went through. There is still a little bit of an argument. I think this is a past argument as well, a mental argument, kind of going, I can't believe that person did that. And I think that ties into that idea of respecting the people that are around you and recognizing the people that you respect around you. But there is also this thought of the past. You might be thinking of someone who has passed away, or that you haven't seen for years and years and years, and you haven't got their contact numbers anymore. You know, there is this something coming in from the past in a way, that's interrupting in your energies, making you reminisce a little bit, I think, about things. I'll be a little bit wary of that aspect of it all, because within all those cards that fell out earlier on, you did have the Five of Cups, and I wouldn't want disappointment to be raised, because sometimes when you think back, you think, oh, I remember Johnny or Jane, how fantastic they were, and people change in 30 years, and you may be disappointed with the new Johnny or Jane that if you meet them, it's just a very small thing, but I don't think it's going to affect you too much, but just be very wary of that, okay? But in general, your energy is very vibrant, is very strong. There's no doubt about it. There is a thing around that plexus solis that it gives a ripple of energy, and this is where I think you're pulling people in. I think you're pulling people in through the sense of tribe, of pride, of group, of family, and that sort of thing. Okay, so there you go, Leo. Thank you very much for being with us. I know it's been a long one. I wouldn't normally be doing two different readings, one with the energies and the chakras and everything like that, and going a lot more into that sort of detail, and then also a tarot reading. But due to my throat at the moment, I'm trying to keep them down to as quickly and as simply as possible. Otherwise my throat won't last. Hopefully that will be changing next week. We will be having your February readings coming out next week as well. So yeah, I will see you soon. I do have 5 readings that you can reserve through the descriptions below, that I do 5 a week. That's only going to be for the next month and a half, and it's first come, first served basis. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.